Why do I have to keep my knees bent while I'm exercising? This is a question I get asked all the time. And there's very good reason why you want to keep your knees and your elbows bent a little bit while you're working out. Both of those places have a lot of movement in the joint, and the movement is regulated by muscles, by tendons, and by ligaments. This, for example, is an excellent illustration of just a few of the tendons and ligaments that crisscross behind your knee, keeping everything in the right alignment. That's very important. If you imagine this rubber band, and when the rubber band is stretched but not completely stretched, it still can move around. It still has some play and can still hold things in shape without rigidity. When I stretch this rubber band too far, you can see that now we're all afraid that something's going to snap, right? It's the same story for your knees or your elbows. So when you're standing and you're walking, your body is used to carrying your own body weight. So that's your muscles, your tendons, and your ligaments. If you're a good weight, a healthy weight, those are all good with body weight and with body mechanics. If you lock them perfectly straight, not only are you now pulling them like we pulled that rubber band and putting a lot of tension on them, but you also see that my back is now arched and doesn't put me in a good position for my back to be safe. So a little bend in the knees straightens my back and loosens up all those things around my knee. Now, if you're going to add even more resistance, there's a couple of ways you could add resistance, right? You could put something that you're going to have to press, and we don't want to lock that knee straight when we press for the same reasons. Or add a weight, right? If we're going to squat, when we come up, we don't want to lock the knee. We want to keep the tension and stress off of that joint. Or you don't even have to add weight. You could add pressure through gravity, all right? You'll never see an athlete land with their knees locked straight because that would be absurd. There would be too much pressure on the knees, and the same goes for the elbow. If you're lifting a weight, you're not going to have your arm completely straight all the way because then the picture of the rubber band is as tight as it can be, and it's really not a good position to try and hold that tension and then add more weight or more stress or more pressure. That's why you always want to keep a little bend in your joints when you're working out. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thanks for asking.